Hello, time for a Man in Gray book review quick take. Today's book is The Times, Lives Less Ordinary, Obituaries of the Eccentric, Unique, and Undefinable, edited by Nigel Farndale and published by Times Books UK in 2023. It's 416 pages. This is a collection of obituaries from the Times of London newspaper, but unlike most obituary collections, this one focuses on people who could be charitably considered eccentric or oddball, and less charitably might be considered psychotic or crazy. Among the really fascinating characters described in these obituaries are Edna Taskamika, who jammed her house full of hundreds of thousands of newspaper and magazine clippings and became an important archivist for journalists and nonfiction writers. Then there's Rod Templeton, one of the most successful songwriters in history. He wrote the songs Thriller and Off the Wall for Michael Jackson, along with Boogie Nights and a whole bunch of other great classic songs, but he was so obsessed with privacy that he never let himself be photographed. He only did one interview in his entire life, and in his last years lived on a remote island away from people. Then there's Anita Pallenberg, a German who became the lover of Brian Jones and Keith Richards from the Rolling Stones, and who introduced them to LSD and sadomasochism, and who soundproofed her room so that her neighbors couldn't hear all the screams. Then there's Peter Ferrer, a British tax expert, tax assistant, who was also a transvestite, and who, after he retired, opened the world's first cross-dressing museum. And then there's the Italian Maurizio Zanafatti, a gigolo who claimed to have slept with over 6,000 women. And then there's the woman featured on the cover here, Jordan Mooney, who was a model at a sex shop in London when she met the members of the band who became the Sex Pistols and basically created their costumes for their band, but who later left the punk lifestyle behind and became a veterinary nurse. And then finally, there's Jackie Stallone, Sylvester Stallone's mom, who was a astrologer, a reality show contestant, wrestling manager, and developed something called rumpology, where she would look at people's buttocks and predict their future, and who wound up getting married 4 times. So if you like stories about eccentric people, you'll certainly get a kick out of reading this book, The Times, Lives Less Ordinary.